Hey folks, welcome to Tuesday's Market Intel Brief here. Top Gun Options, Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, and folks, you can hang that in the Louvre. Congratulations to the men and women's hockey teams, man. First time ever both teams won gold. The women were favored, but still a great game, beat Canada in overtime. And then obviously the men were not favored, and they pulled it out, man. Jack Hughes, what a great kid. Loves his country, very patriotic. I just saw they just jumped on an airplane down here in South Florida to head up to the State of the Union. So proud to be an American, man. 46 years to the day of the miracle on ice. I was 11, man. I still remember that. Good back when we used to know good versus evil, right? America and Soviet Union, and man, just good stuff. That really makes my heart smile. Speaking of State of the Union, get your popcorn ready, man. This is going to be a big one. We got potential war coming with Iran. What's that going to look like? What's going on with the affordability crisis? And just a bunch of stuff, man. You have got to tune in to the State of the Union tonight. But before we get into any of that, I have some incredible news. We are launching our first new live trading and training service here at Top Gun Options in over a decade. Why? Because I'm almost a little Forrest Gumpish, man. I've been at certain places in my life, and this is one of them. What were some of the other ones? .com boom, man. I was an instructor pilot in a Marine fighter attack training squadron in Miramar, sitting in the ready room like day trading stocks, man. Boom. .com boom. 9/11. Scheduled for my first flight as a pilot for American Airlines. Instead, I raced out to Naval Air Station Fort Worth and helped man a combat air patrol with the F-16 squadron next door. Global financial crisis. I was in the Chicago Board of Trade. I was in the Chicago Board Options Exchange when the VIX hit 90 and capitalism essentially failed, right? We had to bail out Wall Street. COVID crash. Nailed it. 2.8 million bucks. 2.5, I think it was, in about 3 weeks, man. This is one of these moments. Ladies and gentlemen, we are doing away with our solo Amazon service where we only traded Amazon, and we are exploding it into solo AI. I'm going to do a live trade brief March 2nd at 10 a.m. Eastern. You need to register now. Limited seats. go.topgunoptions.com/solo-AI-live. Okay? go.topgunoptions.com/solo-AI-live. If you're watching us on YouTube, I'll drop the link down there in the comments as well. I am so excited for this. Now, if you are currently a Top Gun Options member, I am giving you all the family discount. You guys, I'm not posting it in here because this goes out to the world on our YouTube channel and social media, but existing members, if you didn't take your upgrade right now to get a nice little discount, come Monday morning at 10 a.m., it's over with. You're paying what everybody else is going to be paying, okay? So we have a lot to talk about next Monday. I'm going to hit on some of this right now. Once you register, folks, you're going to get access to a 19-page proprietary AI investment report with the 10 names I'm targeting, from chips to power to the Death Star, right? Solo Amazon got absorbed into this, man. It's one of out of the 700 billion in spending this year, that's a third. Amazon's putting 200 million into the AI. So that's the Death Star still. But this sector, folks, I want a dedicated portfolio trading these AI names. And I'm excited, man. However, did you see this report yesterday? I shared this on Sunday. Folks. I sent out an alert to my members. I said, grab a cup of coffee, stop what you're doing and read this. Then read it again. Then get another cup of coffee and read it for a third time. What happened Monday morning? Stock market imploded. Yesterday, oh, and by the way, a bearish double vertical that we put on, you could have closed, what was it, yesterday for about 78, let's round up, 80% profit. Boom. When you get a violent move in the direction of your bearish or bullish vertical, you close it. So nice profits in that trade from last week. But back to this. AI freakout yesterday. Why? Because that report that I posted, Viral Doomsday Report, lays bare Wall Street's deep anxiety about AI future. I will put the link to this article. Let's read the headline together. The 2028 global intelligence crisis. What are you talking about? Was this 2026? That's the point. This article is in the future, looking back on to today, today up until that date, ladies and gentlemen. Sobering, to say the least. Even if 10-20% of this is true or happens, it's bad. What if our AI bullishness continues to be right? And what if that's actually bearish? It's 1,000% bearish, folks. I watch these movies like Ex Machina or Transcendence, and man, if AI is gonna take all our jobs and kill all of us eventually, I'm gonna make a ton of money on the way down. Trust me. And you can too. That's why we're launching this service. But pretty funny that I shared this intel, and that's Citrini Research's thought experiment rattles investors ahead of worry tech disruptions. Again, I'll put the link to this. You have got to read it, folks, down in the comments on our YouTube channel. But what do we do today? Again, in our brief, I just put on a new Tredge, right? I just did a new Tredge. That was a new SIBO trade we did this morning. Chicago Board Options Exchange, S&P 500. I put on a new bearish double vertical, some insurance for $800 worth of insurance. If the market implodes or gets another one of these legs down, I can make potentially $2,200. $800, folks, is cheap. I don't even remember I pay insurance every month. I don't sit here and write a check to USAA, man. It's on auto debit. But I thank God I have insurance when my son calls me because he got rear-ended at a stoplight in Boca by a blue hair, right? So this is how you do it. If something happens in the next 30 days, war with Iran, another AI freakout, fill in the blank, I will protect my long-term bullish positions. I can make money as markets go down, folks. As a matter of fact, markets go down a hell of a lot faster than they go up. So if you don't know how to do any of this stuff, man, you are doing it wrong. Another reason for you to join me next week in our solo AI launch. Go.topgunoptions.com/solo-AI-live. Speaking of CBOE, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, believe it or not, I don't like talking to hear myself think. Take a look at a chart of the SIBO, folks. If E-Trade's charts would actually work. Okay. All right, let me go over to this account. CBOE. See if we get some charts over here, or I can go over to the other screen, obviously. But folks, look at this. A couple weeks ago, when we put on another synthetic stock down here at 245, it's up to almost $300. Look at a 10-year chart of the CBOE. That's, holy crap. This is what you call a hockey stick. 5-year chart. Ladies and gentlemen, why did you rob banks? That's where the money is. Why do you get long-term bullish ones? Look at this. And don't sit here and go, well, whiz, I missed that trade already. No, you didn't. Did you see that the Magnificent Seven are in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday options? I hate it. But guess what? That's more volume. They're going to 24/7 options soon. This prints money. Get long-term bullish on the CBOE with synthetic stock. Look at Amazon. We have Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday expirations. They're going to be going to daily options or even hourly options. Ladies and gentlemen, every time somebody trades an option, cha-ching, SIBO makes money. CBOE. We also have a new burner trade on Raytheon, RTX. Why? Because potential war's coming. And again, the live account chart is not working. Let's go to Raytheon. I put this on last week. If you're a member and you didn't get this one, I would add it immediately, today, right? Let me just show you like a 3-month chart here. So nice run out of Raytheon from 168 all the way up. What did we get up to? 206. A little bit of a pullback here, folks, but that's your Mason-Dixon line right there, 195. Let me drop a 195 in there before I forget right now. So if you didn't do the burner trade last year on Raytheon, just about, knock on wood, every time you see breaking news on the bottom of your screen that says breaking news, Operation Midnight Hammer, breaking news, Venezuela, defense names get a spike. This ain't hard. This ain't rocket surgery. I think we sold off the past day or two because why? Nobody loves deals better than me. Nobody's a bigger deal maker than me. Believe me, I want a deal. He does. Trump wants a deal, so it inflates his ego. And if he doesn't get one, then we're going to attack. What made my heart smile is one of my close friends, 20 geez, 25 years. Dan Caine, Razin Caine, he flew, the Air Force is barely on our side. I was a Navy guy, but we worked in a civilian company together 20-ish years ago. It was funny ripping around social media and on the news yesterday, like, oh, General Caine's, warning the president. And hey, let me give you a heads up in case you're an idiot. That's exactly the job of the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The president tells me to come up with a plan to do something. I'm going to brief him on it, and I'm going to contingency plan. Here is the absolute worst case scenario. One of his predecessors, who should have been the first African-American president, Colin Powell, I'll never forget, when President Bush the first said, get Iraq out of Kuwait. He said, whoa, hold on, Mr. President, before you leave, what's victory? I'm a Vietnam officer, man. I'm not doing anything. We're not getting into anything until I know the exit strategy, right? So Razin is doing a great job. Such discussions are always part of the contingency planning process, right? Knowing Razin and doing business consulting with him, we operate the same way, man. We're gonna contingency plan. We're gonna red team. We're gonna rip this thing to shreds, and we're gonna warn you. In combat, no plan survives the first bullet shot at you by the enemy, but it also almost always goes longer and more horrific than we thought, right? And he's also warning the president that we're out of weapons. We are out of weapons, man. Well, why? Because we're going in the year 5 of a war in Eastern Europe. We're bingo weapons, man, and also Israel. Israel's been lighting off a bunch of... This is also why you can see I'm long-term bullish on Raytheon. Our defense stocks are printing money over the long term. I showed you previously a chart of Raytheon since, I hate talking about it, but the October 7th attacks. If you bought Raytheon right after that, you are up, just in the stock, 192%. If you did the options trades, like many of our members, you're up hundreds and hundreds of percents. Options trades outperform stock trades, like you read about in Options Trading Magazine. So why'd I get on this tangent? Talking about a Tredge, a trade that acts like a hedge on the S&P 500. Folks, this is lookout below, man. We are up here in the circulatory system. Each one of these pullbacks has been a buying opportunity. Buy the dip, sell the rip. But this one wasn't even a rip. It was a whimper. We made it back up on the S&P 500 to the 20 and the 50-day and failed. Putting my technical analysis 500-pound hat on, that's bearish. We could have a big lookout below moment. And hell, man, we haven't been down to that 200-day moving average, that red line, probably since the tariff, the tariff lows back here were Liberation Day tariffs. Yeah, how'd that work out for you, Mr. President? So, I don't know, man. We're getting heavy up here. It's always a good idea to have a Tredge on, a trade that acts like a hedge. If you don't have any idea what the hell I'm talking about, man, I can get you up to speed. Go.topgunoptions.com/solo-AI-live. We're going to get you access to Options Weapons School. We're going to get you up to speed. We're going to get you trained on how to trade options and to apply it in this sector, ladies and gentlemen, the sector that literally is going to destroy all of us. But until that day comes, we're going to make money doing it. Okay. All right. Grab, like I said, start popping popcorn right now for the State of the Union address. The cowardly Democrats are, I'm not going to go. That'll show them. Dude, I couldn't stand Obama. I couldn't stand Joe Biden. If I was in the House or the Senate, I would have gone to the State of the Union, man. Grow up. Bunch of freaking kids, man. It's your job. I didn't like either of those guys. They were my president, period. It's insane. So get ready for the sophomoric theater tonight. And that's exactly what it is, theater. I just can't wait to see the boys. Hopefully, well, we'll see if they get a standing ovation. I wonder if half the House is going to sit on their hands. I mean, they couldn't even stand last year for a kid with cancer or Lakin Riley's family or a bunch of others. It was a disgrace. Anyway, let's end on a high note. We're going to print money, folks, with our brand new service called Solo AI. Make sure you register today, and I'll join you for our free brief Monday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. Have a great rest of your day. Fights on. Namaste. And Basi, Basi. Whiz out.